Here's the big picture. The storm is centered near Memphis right now. However, there's a storm that's developing right on into here. So it's really kind of two storms. This is the one that's going to take over and be the main storm once we roll into the day tomorrow. This thing is going to move on in, and the heaviest rain is going to be just to the north of the center of the storm. By mid-afternoon tomorrow, it's going to be down into here, and that's likely to be our heaviest swath of rainfall into the region. Out ahead of that, we'll likely see the strongest winds begin in the pre-dawn hours and last through about mid-afternoon. Then it should slow down a little bit later on. We'll show you everything. Here's what's going on. During the overnight hours, we see a little bit of rainfall. Nothing too terribly huge, just a few hundredths of an inch. And then we start seeing some more rainfall by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, certainly by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and by 7 o'clock in the evening. Now, the previous run of this forecast model did have pretty close to 2 inches of rainfall into the area, and I don't doubt that whatsoever. I think we'll likely see rainfall amounts between 1 inch and 2 inches of rainfall into the region. Here's where things are overnight. Not that much rain on this run of the forecast model. It's got a few stray showers, a little bit of a mix toward the Richmond area, and likely more than that well on off to the northwest. I do tend to think by 4 o'clock we'll start to see a little more rainfall than is shown into the area. And I think by 7 o'clock there'll be even more than that. 24-mile-an-hour winds. That part I agree with. Winds will be increasing steadily during the pre-dawn hours and into the day tomorrow. This is where we are 10 o'clock in the morning. Steady light rainfall throughout the region, and starting to see a little bit more moderate rainfall here and there by 1 in the afternoon. And by 4 in the afternoon, likely seeing some very heavy rainfall into the region. And winds still strong by that point. But as the storm system comes over the top of us, we'll be toward the eye of the storm, if you will. It's not really an eye on the storm, but the center of the storm. So it'll be lighter and variable winds closer to the center of the storm. We've got a southeast wind on one side of it, a northerly wind dropping in on the other side of it. So near the center of it, not as much wind. And the bulk of the heavy rainfall is already starting to lift northward. By 10 o'clock in the evening, it's pretty much gone. And then thereafter, Friday looks fine. It looks like a westerly wind. We'll see whatever tide that comes up, and it's not going to be all that much, get blown away and on out to sea with more of a westerly wind for the day on Friday. Here's where we are for from Friday evening. We're going to go through the weekend, show you what's going on for Saturday. Not that much, pretty quiet through the day Saturday. Not much for even cloud cover. A little bit more cloud cover for the day coming up on Sunday. Now, taking a look at the tide that is expected out of this, and really I tend to think it'll be around 4.4, so barely at the edge of minor tidal flooding into the area. And then more of that westerly wind that'll tend to blow the tide on out of the lower bay. So I don't think we'll see a problem with tides other than that one tide coming up on Thursday afternoon. And even then, it's likely to only approach minor tidal flooding levels. So move your car if you live in a flood-prone street. 57 degrees. Will be windy, especially during the pre-dawn hours through at least the mid-afternoon. Then heavy rain in the late afternoon hours. Then quiet for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. A little bit cooler again by next Tuesday and Wednesday.